Back again with another review, and this is for movie, TV show, and video game fan. He wanted me to talk about and review Dark Blue, starring Kurt Russell, 2002 film. And I will say, this is a solid flick. I mean, you got to think about this time, 2002. This is kind of around the era of, Training Day and Narc, a lot of these urban cop flicks. And, you can also mention probably Exit Wounds. You could throw that in there. So, these type of films here were kind of, commonplace. But this is a solid one. Really for me, what makes the film work is Kurt Russell, his performance. And there's some other actors here in the film that I thought did a good job. Kurt Russell to me is very solid. Now, I can't sit here and say that I really rooted for his character. So maybe that kind of hurts a little bit. Now, Kurt Russell's a great actor. But I think in terms of the character, it's hard to root for because he's almost like, he's three steps away from being Denzel in Training Day. And it's not going that far. But he's kind of walking that line of, he's trying to be a good cop, but he's done some questionable things. He's not exactly clean. But Kurt Russell is very solid here still. But the supporting cast here, Brennan Gleeson, this guy you've seen before. He was the deputy in Lake Placid. And in this film, he's the boss of Kurt Russell. And you got some scenes between them where Brennan Gleeson would tell Kurt Russell, hey, go take care of this guy or that guy, or, go to this place or that place. And, what they're doing is very, questionable. And that's where Ving Rhames' character comes into the picture because he kind of knows what's happening, that there's a bit of corruption there. And I wish that Ving Rhames was in the film more. He's good in the film, but he's not in the film too much. And I wish that, Ving Rhames was given more to do. But I like this character. And you also have Scott Speedman in the film. And he plays the rookie partner of Kurt Russell's character. And Scott Speedman, I don't know if I really cared about him, to be honest. I mean, I felt that, he was one of the weaker parts of the film. Maybe you could have gotten some other actor around this time, but I don't know. Scott Speedman, I was just very indifferent about him in the film. And but that's just me. That's just how I feel about Scott Speedman. You also have Laila Devovich, who's the wife of Kurt Russell. And I know I've seen her before in other films. I believe she was in Raising Cane. Yeah, she was in that. And like I said, she's been in other stuff, but, she's all right in the film. But overall, the cast is good. I mean, Brennan Gleeson, Ving Rhames, they're good actors. And it's cool to see them in the film. But the script here is by David Ayer. Yeah, the same David Ayer that would go on to direct several movies. I mean, to me as a director, he's very hit or miss, but, I did like Street Kings. I would actually put Street Kings above this movie. I quite enjoyed that. End of Watch, that was good. But I did not care for Sabotage. I did not care for Suicide Squad. It came out back in 2016. So again, David Ayer as a director, he's very hit or miss, but he did a decent job here with the script. Also directed by Ron Shelton. Yeah, the same Ron Shelton that before directed White Man Can't Jump, Blue Chips, Tin Cup, and he's a good director. And I say he did a solid job here. Solid direction, but maybe you can say he was a little bit out of his element here because, again, I mentioned those other films, White Man Can't Jump and Tin Cup. And, again, maybe with this film, this type of film, he's a little bit out of his element. And like I said in the beginning, at this time, you had other films of this type. It was kind of, garden variety. And it's not to say that they're bad. I mean, Training Day is a great movie. I still have to watch Narc, but it was kind of a hot thing at this time, with these urban cop flicks, and they were gritty, and this film is gritty, but maybe not, out of those movies that I mentioned, maybe I would definitely put Training Day above this movie. And, I will say that Training Day is a better film. It's a great movie. It's a classic. Again, I still have to watch Narc, but, you can say this is probably the lesser of those movies, but it's still a solid one. So again, Ron Shelton, does a good job. I mean, directing wise. And the film, is violent at times. There's some good suspense there. The performances, I mean, aside from Scott Speedman, which I'm not too big on, but you get some, pretty good performances here. The pacing didn't bother me too much. The plot kind of revolving around the backdrop of the LA riots and stuff. I mean, you could definitely feel, the tension within the story, and at that time. And so I would say overall, Dark Blue, it's a solid, cop flick. Kurt Russell's good. Ving Rhames, I wish that he was in the film more. The ending, I will talk about that for a second. I mean, basically, Kurt Russell walks up to the stage, and I kind of wish that there was a little bit more to the ending. Yeah, I will admit to that maybe Brennan Gleeson's character, what is that? I know my bill is ready, but, I kind of wish that Brennan Gleeson, we could have seen his character got arrested or something. I mean, you assume that, but I don't know, like, maybe I kind of wish that there was a little bit more to the ending. But, it's still overall a solid movie. I mean, I don't have too many complaints, again, other than, Scott Speedman to me is not really a standout here. But, it's a solid thriller. So that's my review of Dark Blue. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.